What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid fade on my brother, so stay tuned. We started off by saturating the hair and making sure everything's nice and laid down and neat. Now that we're done laying down the hair, we could move on to our no guard all the way closed and create our first guideline. Don't be afraid to use your opposite hand to move the ear out of the way, and it will give you more space to blend. Now that we're done creating our first guideline, we can move on to our 3 guard all the way open and begin to debulk the sides. As you can see, we're using our comb to feed the hair into the clipper, and we're also flicking out with our comb. Now that we're done debulking the sides, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. You want to make this guideline around 1 inch thick so you can spread the blend. We're then going to slightly close the lever midway and all the way close and attack that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We're then going to use this same guard and its lever to soften up the line and get ready for the half guard. Now that we're done softening up the line with the 1 guard and its lever, we can move on to our half guard and erase the line completely. If you guys are enjoying the video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, go ahead and leave a super thanks down below or follow my Instagram. Now that we're done with our lower guards, we can move on to our 2 guard all the way open and create our 4th guideline. This is going to help us blend into the bulk and also blend into our lower guards. Remember, we're using the lever to soften up this line and get ready for the 1.5 guard. You want to detail as much as possible once you're done finishing your steps, especially using your corners. Now we're going to begin to debulk the ridge with our 3 guard all the way open, using our comb to feed the hair into the clipper. The 3 guard all the way open is helping us build a silhouette, and now it's going to help us blend into this clipper oval comb method. I always make sure the hair is a tad bit saturated so that it's easier to pick up with the comb. When I use my horizontal cuts, it's mainly for debulking, and when I use my vertical cuts, it's mainly for blending. Here I'm using thinning shears to soften up the parietal ridge. When you're using thinning shears, you want to make sure you pick up the hair with your comb and then thin them out with your shears, keeping them as flat as possible. Now we're using our Goat FX to line up his C-cups and make it as crispy as possible. I always start off at the bottom and work my way to the top. I always find it easier to line up C-cups that way. You also want to make sure you go slow enough that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then it's going to shift and you won't line them up properly. I'm detailing the fade as much as possible with my no guard all the way open and my half guard. Moving on to the back, we're starting off with our no guard all the way open, creating our second guideline. You want to make this guideline around 1 inch thick so you can spread the blend, especially when you're near the occipital bone, because the hair is pretty much a lot denser in the back. We're then going to slightly close the lever midway and all the way close and attack that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our 1 guard all the way open and create our third guideline. We're then going to slightly close the lever midway and all the way close and attack that guideline. Now that the guideline is soft enough, we're moving on to our half guard and we're going to use our lever to erase the line completely. We are right on top of the occipital bone, so we're going to make sure we spend more time here. Moving on to our 2 guard all the way open, we're creating our 4th guideline and we're going to get it ready for the 1.5 guard. This guard is going to also help us create our silhouette. As you guys can see, now that the line is soft enough with our 2 guard, we can move on to our 1.5 guard and erase the line completely. Using our 3 guard all the way open and our comb to feed the hair into the clipper, we're going to go ahead and debulk the calic area. Again, we're going to slightly saturate the hair so it's easier to pick up with our clipper of a comb. As you can see, we're using our vertical cuts to blend and our horizontal cuts to debulk. Now that we're done with the back, I'm moving back to the C-cups with our gold FX and I'm making sure I detail as much as possible. Moving on to the other side of the C-cup, we're going to use our corner of the blade to go as slow as possible and make sure that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer. Moving on to our shear work, we're going to saturate the top and create our first guideline in the middle of the capitus. You always want to make sure the hair is nice and laid down in the direction the hair is growing so you can get a nice and even cut. As you can see, we're making our way to the sides and we're following that same guideline we made right across the middle. Again, I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to support the channel, make it keep going, go ahead and leave a super thanks down below or follow the Instagram. As you can see, we're using our thinning shears to thin out the hair as much as possible. Since my little brother's hair is very straight, we're going to give it some texture. Here we're grabbing the hair near the parietal ridge and we're cutting it at an angle, and this is going to thin it out and making sure that the parietal ridge isn't too thick. Never forget those finishing details. I'm going back to my previous guards, making sure I get as many dark spots as possible.